we have a wireless I can bring around?
Look to you, the kid never mind.
Wait, we do see that there's people setting up right now, or? Cool. Cool.
I'm gonna just start with this.
Yeah.
Welcome in, wild hearts, wild hearts. Welcome in, wild hearts, wild hearts. Welcome in, wild hearts. Then we'll sing together. We will sing our way to wholeness. Try that. We will sing our way to wholeness. And then we can change the words to welcome in our hearts in whatever state they're in. Maybe we could welcome in, is anybody hungry? Okay, we'll welcome in the hungry hearts. Welcome in, hungry hearts. Welcome in, hungry hearts. Welcome in, hungry hearts. Then together, we will sing our way to wholeness. We will sing our way to wholeness. So how else are we today? What else can we welcome in? Let's welcome in the sacred hearts. Welcome in, sacred hearts. Welcome in, sacred hearts. Welcome in, sacred hearts. We will sing our way to wholeness. We will sing our way to wholeness. What else can we welcome in?
And friends on Zoom, we have chat up here, so if you want to put ideas about how your hearts are doing, we can sing your hearts too.
Welcome to the future. Yes, what is your idea? Let's welcome in the sleepy hearts. Yes. Thumbs up. And you can add in any harmonies you feel like. And if you think you kind of get what's happening and you want to sing the call with me, that would be really cool. Some people singing the call, some people singing the response. You know what to do. Welcome in, sleepy hearts. Welcome in, sleepy hearts. Welcome in, sleepy hearts. All together. We will sing our way to wholeness. We will sing our way to wholeness. What else can we welcome in? Open, and what's your idea? Amazed hearts. I also heard dancing hearts. We're gonna sing all of these ideas. They're so good. Welcome in. Open hearts. Open hearts. Welcome in. We'll do amazed. Amazed hearts. Welcome in. Dancing hearts. We will sing our way to wholeness. We will sing our way to wholeness. We're just going to sing one more. We're going to welcome in our hearts in whatever state they're in this moment, and really take this as an opportunity to notice how you are doing in this moment and welcome that in. Welcome in, our hearts. Welcome in, our hearts. Welcome in, our hearts. We will sing our way to wholeness. We will sing our way to wholeness. One more of those. We will sing our way to wholeness. Okay, one more. We will sing our way to wholeness. Take a big breath of that in. That big welcome. Let it out. Here we are. And I'm excited to sing a bunch of songs with you this evening that are really simple. And I can see like someone has another idea for another verse. So if you just had an idea, we might not sing all of them tonight, but I bet now you know it. You can sing it at home with your own ideas. If you need to whisper your idea to someone so you don't forget, like I wanted to sing Welcome In this kind of heart. Whisper it to someone so you don't forget. And then you can take the song with you and sing it on your own.
I love that. And there's also paper and there's markers. So if you want to draw pictures of your hearts, there's Thrin on Zoom said, oh, here's some tree hearts, maybe leafy hearts or sap-filled hearts or rooted hearts or branching hearts. So that made me imagine all sorts of pictures we might draw of our hearts and how we're welcoming our hearts in. So hi, everyone. Oh, can we? Hi, everyone.
Hi.
I'm really, really glad to be in this space tonight. I think it's a good sign about a night when I'm already crying at the opening song. It's a solid beginning, Sarina. So for those of you I don't know, hi, my name is Rabbi Arielle. It's my joy to get to welcome you here to Shir Tikvah, this beautiful community here on occupied Dakota land, here on 50th Street in South Minneapolis. It is just a very sweet treat and a big gift to be able to be here on the bima with our Torahs. The name for Torah is Eitz Chaim, a tree of life. So we're here with our Torahs, and also to be able to be opening up to Tu B'Shvat with these two incredible leaders. So I'll let you introduce yourselves.
Awesome. Hi, my name is Sarina Partridge, and I love this community. I love singing with this community and all the people that are welcomed in these doors. And I'm a song leader and do a lot of climate justice work in the Twin Cities and farther afield.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jordan Edelheit, and I'm here tonight on behalf of Moishe Pod, part of the Moishe House community in Minneapolis. Eric and I, if you want to raise your hand, we're new to the Twin Cities, and we're so happy to be here at Shir Tikvah tonight and to be with you both in whatever this evening has in store.
Yay. So let's just take a moment and look around. Smile at each other, maybe. If we want to wave to our friends on Zoom. Hi, friends on Zoom. And just feel, can we take a moment? I don't know if all of our feet can reach the ground, but if we can take a moment and find our feet on the ground, maybe we'll make a little noise. And then when we feel the ground, let's let our feet become like roots. And imagine our feet drawing strength and support from the earth. As we celebrate Tu B'Shvat, this birthday of the trees, we also get to remind our bodies maybe to be a little bit like trees, finding our roots, finding our branches. So we're just at the beginning. We're about to eat all of these delicious foods and get to do some learning together. So.
Okay, but before we do that, if you can introduce yourselves. Take a moment to introduce yourselves to the people at your table. Maybe there's some familiar faces at your table. Maybe you can meet someone nearby, but share your name, your pronouns. You're so excited. I love it. And what brings you here today? But you got it. You're good. Socialize. Yeah.
Does this still?
Do you want to be that?
So here we go, everyone. We're going to go on a journey together. We're going to go on a journey. And we're going to go on a journey where we travel together through worlds. The Tu B'Shvat Seder is a journey through 1, 2, 3, 4 worlds. 4 different ways of experiencing, 4 different ways of maybe thinking about our own lives, the world around us, 4 different ways to pay attention. And here's the fun thing. And this isn't something Shir Tikvah made up. This is something that happened at the very, very first Tu B'Shvat Seder. The way we get to travel through these worlds is with food. I mean, the best idea. Right? The way we're going to travel together is with food and letting food ask us to pay attention. Okay, this isn't like fast eating. This is a way of saying, what are we eating? How are we eating? What does it smell like? What does it feel like? Pay attention to each of our sensations with each of the foods we eat. So I know it's really tempting. I know we have these beautiful bowls of food in front of us. And little by little, over the course of this next time together, we're going to eat and drink and have conversation and sing. Okay? Before we do that, just want to orient you in space for a moment. If you need to use the bathroom, look at that. I tell you about world travels, and then I'm like, does anyone need to pee? There's a bathroom right over there. And there's a bathroom right through that door in the office. Can we all say thank you to David Raskus, who really made the food happen? Thank you, David.
Thank you.
And to Cindy, thank you so much. I also just want to ask your permission. Eric is going to be taking a few pictures tonight, and so if you don't feel comfortable having your picture taken, if you're here in the space, if you just want to either raise your hand or find Eric, who's in this blue scarf, and Eric will be very happy to not take any pictures of you. That's what you think. Okay, amazing. Also, because we are our travel companions, we are more travel companions than we imagined, which means that there are a few tables that don't have food on them. But what you're going to do if that sounds like your table, is you're going to look and you're going to see a table that does have food, and that's just an extension of your table. Okay? So your table does have food, your table is just bigger. Okay? And so I'm just going to, maybe we want to make significant eye contact if you're one of the tables with the table, so that way they know you're coming. Yeah, good. All right, so let's just take a breath together as we get ready to do some traveling.
And we want to think of this Seder as a chance to really reconnect with our bodies and reconnect with the land. I remember growing up always feeling like it was so strange to celebrate a holiday of flowering trees and fruit trees. I grew up outside of Boston. At this time of year, I'm like, tell me about the fruit trees. Why is this happening? But living in Minnesota for the last 20 years or so, I've really taken Tu B'Shvat as an invitation to learn more about what is shifting at this time of year, what is beginning its growth, and how can I use this holiday as a way to really connect with the land that I'm on here and with the stories of indigenous people on this land and how I can connect my own traditions to the life that I live here. So I'm excited to explore that with all of you.
So Rabbi Nachman told a story about paying attention to the land. And I want to tell you that story tonight as a way of launching us into our world travel. Are you ready? Rabbi Nachman taught that every single person who walks or moves on this land has our own song. Everyone has our own heart song. And the way that we get our own heart song, according to Rabbi Nachman, is based on what the song of the grasses are in the place that we walk. Can you imagine? So if we think about what are the grasses and the flowers, the mosses and the ferns, near where we live maybe where we walk, maybe our favorite part of the woods. Can we imagine that for a moment? Imagine, I know it's a little hard because it's the middle of January, but let's just imagine for a moment those ferns unfurling and the moss on the trees and the grasses moving a little bit in the breeze. Can we imagine the song of those ferns and those mosses? And Rabbi Nachman taught that that very song of those exact ferns and grasses would whisper the song to the person who was walking by, and that would become that person's heart song. So each of us has our own song based on the place that we are and the way that we pay attention and the way that the world around us sings to us and then inspires us to sing. So tonight, our hope is that each of us gets to pay a little bit closer attention, maybe to our own song, or maybe to the world around us to remind us what's the song we want to be singing this year. So are we ready to begin with the first world? Let's do it.
Okay. So, world one. Here we are. Now is the time to pour 2 cups. So one full of white grape juice and one will be full of the red grape juice. And you can go ahead and do that now. Pour your grape juice for each other, treating each other with care. And don't be afraid to, be clumsy or laugh. That's okay too. We're just helping each other get ready for our adventure. Okay. In this world one, we're world one Asiyah.
Wow, this is epic.
Don't forget to share with your neighboring tables.
Okay. Okay. Good call.
Yeah. Hi again. I'm so happy you're here.
Great. Feels so good. Do you want to, if I sing them back, do you still want to say that? Just, they'll do it. Yeah. One more? Oh, no, just right. Oh, it's cute. They've got like a little glass in the Zoom. That's so cute. Another table. Hi, hi, hi. And we'd like to welcome up the 4th and 5th grader team, or welcome you to where you already are. Welcome to the microphone.
Wait, I say it right here. And now?
Eat the mic. Eat it. Exactly. That's exactly where you should hold it.
The first world is... Oh, that's loud.
That's good. Loud is good.
The first world is represented by fruits and nuts with a hard outside and an edible inside. The fruits with edible shells and soft insides include
walnuts, pistachios, oranges, pomegranates, and coconuts. These fruits make you feel like you are on a beach. Which one of these fruits make you feel warm and fuzzy inside?
Well, I love that question. Well done, Yasher Koach. All right, so here's our job. Please find a fruit that has a hard outside and an edible inside and pick it up.
You're going to read your Hebrew in a second. But I want the 3 of you to...
We're going to bless it before we eat it. I know it's tempting.
So we'll start first. Let's raise our glass of white grape juice. Our first world is symbolized by white grape juice, and we're going to have, Eli's going to bless for us. Ready?
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen. So go ahead and drink some of your white grape juice.
This one.
Right now?
And now we'll bless over our foods.
Blessed be you who creates the fruit of the vine.
Yay! And now we'll get to bless. So before we bless, let's just take a moment. Let's knock on a shell. Here.
Yes, you're doing that.
If you have an orange, a clementine. Yeah, do an orange. You can touch the orange. See what it feels like. Is the shell really protective? Is it heavy? What does it make a sound?
Some of the first world fruits?
My pistachio makes a sound. Can you hear it on the microphone?
Yeah. Can you open it and eat it?
So now I'm going to invite our 4th and 5th graders to bless for us as we all get ready to eat our food with shells.
All right. Ari, you're up.
Let's bless first and then we'll eat. Ready?
Wait. Yeah, I need. Okay.
Good.
Turn around.
Okay.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam b'ri parei ha'etz.
And Karen?
Blessed be you, creator of the fruits of the tree.
Amen. Amazing.
Delish. So I want to teach you another song. Can I teach you a song while you finish chewing those delicious things? I hope so. So a couple of winters ago, I'll tell you a little story before I teach you the song. A couple of winters ago, I got to be a part of seed planting to replant a prairie, but it happened in this time of year, which really surprised me. And the scientists that I was working with on this prairie reseeding said, well, you know, native Minnesota prairie plants are so strong. They're so tough. Their roots go so deep. And it's because they need the really fierce cold of our winters to crack through their very hard exterior shell so that they can grow in the spring. And if they don't get that deep freeze of winter, they're not going to be strong prairie plants when they do bloom. And I thought, wow, okay, I guess maybe something good is happening to me as I struggle through a Minnesota winter. Maybe I can be like these prairie seeds and become stronger because of this. Maybe. So that's where this little song comes from. I'll sing a line, and then if you're finished chewing, you can sing it back to me. If you need to finish chewing, I accept that. But it sounds like this. Scattering seeds in the snow. Let's sing that together. Scattering seeds in the snow. Sing it again. Scattering seeds in the snow. Here's the next line. Scattering hope that we will grow again. Try it. Scattering hope that we will grow again. Do that one again. Scattering hope that we will grow again. Let all this cold, dark unknown. Let all this cold, dark unknown. Loosen what's locked and break us open. Loosen what's locked and break us open. Beautiful. Let's go back to the beginning and get there. Here we go. Scattering seeds in the snow. Scattering hope that we will grow again. Let all this cold, dark unknown Loosen what's locked and break us open. And here's the last little bit of the song. Let the prairie bloom come spring. Try that. Let the prairie bloom come spring. Let this magic bloom in me. Let this magic bloom in me. Scattering seeds. Scattering seeds in the snow. Scattering hope that we will grow again. Let all this cold, dark unknown. Loosen what's locked. Loosen what's locked and break us open. Let the prairie bloom. Let the prairie bloom come spring. Let this magic bloom. Let this magic bloom in me. Let the prairie bloom. Let the prairie bloom come spring. Let this magic bloom in me.
So I wonder if we can take this moment. Do you see a marker or a paper near you? And I'm just going to invite you to take a moment and think as we travel in this first world. Let's make a little note to ourselves. Maybe we want to draw a picture or just write a sentence. What's the magic? We were just singing, let this magic bloom in me. Let's take a moment and think, what's the magic of this fruit protected by a shell? What's the magic of the seed that's coated in this protective layer? Maybe you want to draw a picture of a seed. Maybe you just want to write yourself a little note to remember what's the magic of this first world, of the fruit totally protected, totally encased. Let's take a moment and see if you can find that magic. And friends on Zoom, if you want to write it in the chat, we would love to know your...
We can talk about it.
I'm going to get a head start.
Good idea. I think it's great.
So I'm wondering, does anyone want to share the magic that they thought of with this first world? Yeah. Call it out really loud. Yeah.
It's because it opens. So usually plants need to open from the warm summer or like the spring, but this plant needs to open with the winter.
Amazing. So something that's magic about this world is the need to open. That there are plants that open in the summer, but these special plants, these special seeds crack open in the winter. Yeah. The magic is in the hard shell. That's right. It's something very special about this world. Any other, what's the magic? Yeah. Eli? Eli, do you want to share? Whoa, okay, so actually it's not just about the shells, but about the dirt that's protecting the seeds, and the seeds protect all that flavor. So it's actually not about the shells at all, it's about what surrounds the shells, yeah. Wow, that the magic of this first world is hope. Do you want to say one more word about that? That's a really beautiful word. The hope of what might come out of the shell? Yeah, amazing. Yeah, Barbara.
Imagination is in the shell. It's protected, but if we work a little bit, it opens up.
Wow, so there's imagination in the shell that if we work a little bit, that it opens up. Possibility opens up. So I'm going to invite us, we don't want to rush through our worlds. Let's take a moment. If you want to just taste one more tender fruit from this first world. Maybe you want to hold one more nut or a clementine in your hand and say, thank you. I see you, magic. Let's look and see what our friends on Zoom say.
They have some cute thoughts.
Okay, so on Zoom, Thrin and Julia say, for the first world, the magic is trust. And Anna says the magic is knowing where the boundary is between myself and the world. Thank you. All right.
Drop that wisdom.
That's right. So are we ready to travel to our second world? Let's take a moment. Let's say, thank you, first world.
Thank you, first world.
Oh, I think we can thank the first world a little bit more wholeheartedly. Ready? Thank you, first world.
Thank you, first world.
So we're going to travel to the second world. Ready? I feel like we need a traveling noise.
It's like a magic school bus.
Ooh, okay, we travel. We're traveling. We're traveling to the second world. Do you feel like, are we traveling up to get to the second world? Or are we traveling in? Traveling sideways. So we're going to come to our second world, our second cup of grape juice. And in this world, this is the world of Yetzirah, of creation, of formation. And in this world, we eat fruits with pits. So we've moved from the shell being on the outside to fruits that have seeds or pits in the middle. And the grape juice that we drink in this second world, let's add, this is a little bit of a science experiment. Are you ready? We're going to take our red grape juice and add just a few drops into our white cup. I know. Just a few drops, not too much. And notice what color changes. So I'm going to invite our 4th and 5th graders to share some insight with us. All right, let's listen. Let's learn about the second world.
The fruits of the second world are more exposed than the last group, but still have a core that is important to protect. Fruits in this world include
peaches, cherries, dates, olives, apples, and pears. These fruits make us feel like we are warm in summer or fall. Which of these fruits do you like the most?
So we've already said our blessing. So the first thing I'm going to invite us to do is pick up, do we notice that our juice looks a little bit more, this white grape juice looks a little bit more like sunshine? A little bit more like honey? So we're going to take a moment and we're going to take, when you're ready, we've blessed already. So we actually get to just take a sip of the grape juice when we're ready. And what can we find on our table that has fruit on the outside but a seed or a pit on the inside? I see dates, I see cherries, I see olives. So let's go ahead, let's pay attention. What does it feel like? What does it smell like? Is it singing a song?
Oh, yeah.
A date song?
Yum. Yeah, when's the last time you had cherry?
It's been a while. Yeah, look at the colors. Do they change as you bite into it?
Great.
Hey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there an okay place for me to put this? No, I didn't skip it.
You didn't let me have my mommy moment.
That was such a mama moment.
You're like, right here. Right here.
I see people trying the olives, cherries. I was thinking, when's the last time I had a cherry? That's exciting. Oh, you found an avocado?
Wow.
Okay. That's a varsity level fruit. So Can you let your chewing become a quiet chewing unless you're finding your next snack? A hush fell over the crowd. Ooh, hush. It did. It worked. So I want to teach you another song that they come with stories. This you'll learn. This is my way. Sometimes in the winter, I like to look really hard when I'm out on a walk for the last little bits of milkweed seeds that haven't flown away. Has anybody seen any of that around while they've been walking around the city? Uh-huh. Yeah, it's tenacious. And then I love to wait for a really windy day and see it start to fly, or see the other little flying seeds kind of take off. And I want to teach you a song that came from one of those really windy, cold days in the late fall when you can hear the wind kind of pounding its way through every crack in your house or around your windows. And I was watching all of this milkweed silk fly by and thinking, wow, remember, some of our bodies, all the beings, some of our bodies are built to wait for this strong wind. And that's what brings them where they need to go. And I was actually thinking also about my ancestors who have migrated all over the place, and thinking about, wow, maybe we're built for that too. Maybe the strong wind is going to carry us rather than knock us down. So this is a song for that. I'll sing you a little piece and then you can sing it back to me. It sounds like this. When a strong wind blows, let's sing that. When a strong wind blows, you sound so beautiful, sing that again. When a strong wind blows, bringing me down to my knees. Let's try that. Bringing me down to my knees. Go back to the beginning. When a strong, that's where we'll start. When a strong wind blows, bringing me down to my knees. In this heart, I know, try that. In this heart, I know, we're carried on the wind like seeds. We're carried on the wind like seeds. That's it. We're going to sing this one a few times and try to get a feel for it. If you want to add in any harmonies, that's super welcome. That's where we'll start. When a strong. Here we go. When a strong wind blows, bringing me down to my knees. In this heart I know, in this heart I know, we're carried on the wind like seeds. And when a strong wind blows, carried on the wind like seeds. We're carried on. We're carried on the wind like seeds. We're carried on the wind like seeds.
Take a moment to soak in that song. And let's take also a few minutes to share more with our tables. What does it feel like to imagine yourself as carrying within you the seeds of potential that you have yet to uncover? What does that mean to you? What is potential? What is your potential of this season, of what's to come? Maybe take a few moments to talk with your table about that.
Well, actually, guys, so it was just my birthday. Oh. Happy birthday. Me. And
All right, everyone. I'm going to invite us to take a moment and bring our conversations to a close, to a pause. And I'm going to invite you, we're making these travel journals. If anyone wrote down what the magic of the first world was, if you want to take a moment, maybe add to your drawing or write a little note to yourself. What did we learn from the second world? What's the potential we want to remember? What's that seed we're carrying around with us? So that's going to be my invitation to just take a moment. If you're making a travel journal, you wrote down a note or drew a picture for the first world, let's make a little note for the second world that we can just keep being world travelers, observing and learning as we go. So I'm noticing that there are a few people writing. And in just a moment,
He's reading first.
Are we ready to say thank you to the second world? Let's say, thank you, second world.
Thank you, second world.
But like with a lot more feeling, this was a really good world. Ready? Thank you, second world.
Thank you, second world.
Yeah, that feels right. That feels right. So now we're going to travel to the third world. Are we ready? So here, we're going to travel. Maybe we're traveling in. Woo! Or we're traveling out. Wow! Or we're traveling to the side. But we have to travel somewhere. We're going somewhere as we make it to the third world, the world of B'Riah, of creativity and intellectual imagination. Can we all make let's all make an imagination face or a really thinking, pensive face? Can we go, So we're going to, in this world, the world of B'Riah, we're going to eat fruits that are totally edible. And I'm going to invite us, before we get to learn about the fruits, to fill up our white grape juice with even more red grape juice. And let's notice what color it turns. What does it look like? What color does it look like now? Does it look more like red grape juice? Isn't that interesting? So I'm going to turn it over to the 4th and 5th grade team to tell us about the fruits we're about to eat. Who's going to teach us? Hey, Rachel. Who's our teacher? Great. Yay.
The fruits in this world are completely edible. Fruits in this group include berries, figs, and seedless grapes.
These fruits make you feel sweet and happy. Do these fruits remind you of family moments?
Good question. So let's contemplate our grape juice. Let's notice, can you tell a difference between what was white grape juice and the red grape juice? Does it look the same? Does it look any different? Can you tell the difference? Let's take a little sip. And when you're ready, let's pick up our fruit of the third world. And when you're ready, let's take a bite.
Oh. It tastes like something weird. Yeah, so confusing. Really quite indulgent. Wow, I feel ready to sing that song.
I bet you do.
Wild and free.
Okay, so while we're thinking about the deliciousness of imagination, I have another story for you.
We love your stories.
Thank you. So I was out for a walk, like I do, and I'm always looking around for animal tracks or even animal scat, which is a polite way of saying poo. It's true. Because I like to learn about what other creatures are around where I was. And I happened to be out on a walk with a friend who knows a lot about animals that live in the woods, and I was trying to be really cool and knowledgeable. So we saw some scat on the trail, and I was like, oh, coyote scat, classic. And she was like, no, that's not coyote scat, that's wolf scat. And people, this was in Anoka. So I was not thinking wolves would be there. And she was like, no, for real. There are wolves that raise little wolf pups right in these woods every year. We see them on the trail cameras. They leave tracks. They're watching you, Sarina. They're just smarter than you and better at not being seen. And that blew my mind. Because it felt like, wow, yeah, remember? The wild is always right at the edges of what I know. On the outside of me, but maybe on the inside of me too. And I thought about that, and this is the song that came out of it. And I actually was teaching this at a different group event thing at Shir Tikvah, and Ann Lawson taught me some sign language that goes with the words of the song, and I have to teach you because it's so fun. So this is how you sign wild. Want to try that? Wild. Yeah, totally, right? Wild and free. So this song is called Wild and Free. I'll sing a little bit and you sing it back. And I might do some signs, and you can join me if you want. It sounds like this. Let there always be something wild here. Let there always be something wild here. Let's sing that again. Let there always be something wild here. Yes, and when I'm moving my hands up and down, I'm trying to help you with where the notes are going, but I know I'm switching between this and this and this, so best of luck to you all. Let's sing that one more time. Let there always be something wild here. Beating at the heart here. Beating at the heart here. Standing at the edge of what's known. Standing at the edge of what's known. Beautiful. Go back to the beginning and get there. Let there always be something wild here. Beating at the heart here. Standing at the edge of what's known. So it starts with kind of a question of like, let there always be something wild here. And then the wolf scat speaks and says, oh, there will always be something wild here. Oh, there will always be something wild here. And this is always. Let's sing, oh, there will always. Oh, there will always be something wild here. Then we sing, wild and free, sing that. Wild and free, we sing that twice. Wild and free, let there always be. Let there always be something wild here. Beating at the heart here. Standing at the edge of what's known. Oh, there will always be something wild here. Wild and free. Oh, wild and free. You can sing any harmonies. Let there always be something wild here. Beating at the heart here. Standing at the edge of what's known. Oh, there will always be something wild here. Wild and free. Wild and free. Let's do a little faster. Let there always be something wild here. Beating at the heart here. Standing at the edge of what's known. Oh, there will always be something wild here. Wild and free. 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 And then everybody does their best wolf howl. What you got? Oh, very good. Yes. That was very nice. The singing and the howling.
Can we imagine a world where we are creative and free and wild, and we can be that way with our families, with our friends, and our community? I heard a yes, love that. If you want to take a moment to maybe share, maybe even just share this with yourself, go inward for a moment and think, where do I feel most creative, most free, most wild? Take a moment to go inwards and think about that.
So coming out of that little reflection of where do you feel creative, where do you feel wild, where do you feel free, where does your imagination really flourish? I want you to think about a time you've been in a wild place in the natural world and felt a really strong sense of belonging. like, wow, I am really a part of this natural world. I'm not separate from it. Maybe it was in the wild of like your backyard or your walk to school, or maybe some really epic national park. I don't know. The wild is everywhere. But we'd love to give you some time to write or draw or chat about a time you felt like you really belonged in the wild world. So we'll take a few minutes to write or draw or think or talk with your table buds. When's a time you felt a really strong sense of belonging or interconnectedness in the wild? It's so fun to have like social energy.
So I have not gotten to for years. And one of the commitments to myself is anticipating God willing summer one day. I would like to go into the wild. Like I would like to go camping. I would spend some time away from the sea. And I feel that that's what and I really want ocean. Like I feel the ocean. I mean, coming from the East Coast, it's like very difficult to get in the Midwest. Yeah. Without the ocean side. So that's an experience. It's a different kind of wild, but I feel that desire to be just like face to face with the Pacific. You need it. I do. I love that grouchy, salty friend. Yeah, dude. Yeah. You just came back from the ocean.
I did, and I love it. Oh, I love it so much. Oh my gosh. Yeah, actually, one thing that happened while I was on Martha's Vineyard, I was out for a walk, and I found a stranded seal pup.
No.
And it was this whole process. It had to be a certain number of days before the animal rescue would take it. So I was like hanging out with it every day, singing to it, and it didn't make it. And they named it Pistachio at the shelter. But here's the thing, I was like, ocean, you are a powerful place, and we're all coming home. So, yeah, I needed that. Sorry to drop a baby seal tragedy.
I mean, that's the other side of it, right? Like, it's like living in a wild, like,
Yeah,
it's actually
real.
right. It's very, right, there's like the nut. I only have hand motions apparently, but it's like, right, there's no escape. There's escape button where you're like, okay, reset. Like, there's the seal out to the ocean with the family. Let's go. Like, there's just no. So beautiful. Oh, thank you for sharing that story.
And I wanted to snuggle it so bad, but apparently it's a felony to touch a seal in case that it
But you know.
All right, everyone. So, Anna, can you hear me? Can you hear me, world travelers? Hi. So Anna in the chat says, the magic of the third world. Can you hear this? This is beautiful. The magic of the third world it's a reminder to let some things pass through me, to let all the negative just pass through me, right? We don't have to hold anything back or hold on to those things. I'm wondering, does anyone else have a note of magic from this third world that we want to share? What's something we want to remember from this third world? This world of the fruits that are totally edible. This world of the wildness. Yeah. Oh, these are yummy foods in the third world. Let's not forget how delicious they are. What else? Is there any other magic we want to hold on to? That's a really important thing to remember. Safety? Yeah, let's remember. Safety looks a lot of different ways. Okay. So let's say thank you, third world.
Thank you, third world.
Thank you, world of Bria. And we're going to travel to the fourth world. We ready? We ready? So this is a really different world. This fourth world is only open to those people who have traveled from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. You can't skip. Nope. So lucky for us. Did we go to the first world?
Yeah.
Did we travel to the second? Yeah. And the third? So guess what? We can enter the fourth world, the world of Atzilut, of presence, of spirit. Do you know what presence? What does that mean? It's like exactly in the moment. Not too much in the future, not in the past, exactly where we are. Okay? So this world, let's take a moment to travel from third to fourth. So here we are. I want everyone to find your cup of red grape juice, which probably looks a lot like your cup of white grape juice now. Interesting. And do you have any white grape juice left in the bottle? It's okay if not. I'm going to invite you to add a few drops back from your white grape juice back into your red. And notice, does that change the color at all? Not really, right? So this is a world of staying present to those things that are not obvious. Okay? We know there's white grape juice in the cup, even though we can't see it. And instead of eating fruits, we enjoy smells. So the rabbis of Talmud teach that it's amazing. Every time I see the rabbis of Talmud, the bells go off. How does that happen? How does that happen?
It's magic.
Yeah, it's magic. The magic of the fourth world. The rabbis of Talmud teach that when we smell sweet smells, we're feeding our souls. Our souls can't eat food. Our souls get nourished by our smell. And so this fourth world reminds us that even as we eat food, even as we nourish our bodies, we have to pay attention to our spirits. We have to pay attention to how we're doing. We have to nourish ourselves in many different ways. And so I'm going to invite Esther to come teach us. Do you want to? Here, but come use a microphone, though. Oh, yeah?
Somebody has one of our kids has Zinnia. Okay. No, Zinnia goes first.
Zinnia first, okay.
As Rachel's moving, I just want to say thank you to our 4th and 5th graders. You're doing such an amazing job.
Come with me. Let's go stand next to Esther. All right, so you read and then you pass the microphone to Esther.
Smell the smells of the fourth world. Which of these smells make you feel happy?
So the fourth world reveals the essence of what appears to be concealed. And this is the world that we live in, the world of essence. So what appears to be creation is just God. This is the world that's sometimes called intangible, but we find it in everything that we touch. It's the realm where there's only God's love, God's mercy, and wisdom, expanding that which is within and building our hearts. The realm of Atzilut is the realm of one. Just like the sunlight that sends forth its rays, part of its own essence, everywhere without losing any portion of it, without losing any portion of its being. In this step, we praise the source of all creation and give thanks for its force of love.
Thank you. So I'm going to invite us to connect with that feeling of love. If we looked, I'm going to hold this up. Does this look like it has a lot of smell? Does this look very fragrant? Does this look like just a leaf, a dried leaf? It's actually extraordinarily fragrant. It carries inside of it amazing smell. And I know you have on your plate, this is a bay leaf. It's kind of exciting. There's also rosemary and cinnamon on your tables. And so I'm going to invite us, before we smell, I know it's so tempting just to go right to smell, but we're going to bless first. This isn't something we do very often, is it? Do we bless before we smell very often? No. But what's amazing is blessings are basically our tradition's way of saying thank you in advance. Even before we do something, we bless to say, I notice that this is a special moment. I notice that I'm about to come into contact with something special. So I want to say thank you. And that's what blessings are. So I'm going to invite us. There are a few different blessings for smell. And I bet if you have, I'm going to say them, and I invite you to say them with me. You have on your sheets also the blessings. So who here is holding cinnamon? Great. So if those of you who are holding cinnamon, I'm going to lead you in your blessing. And those of us who have bay leaves or rosemary, you're going to get a different blessing. Okay, ready? So first, our cinnamon friends, we are going to bless on Borei Atzei Besamim. Can you say Atzei Besamim?
Atzei Besamim.
That means the trees, like the sweet-smelling trees. What a wonderful blessing to say on Tu B'Shvat. So ready? Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Borei Atzei V'Samim. Amen. For those of us who aren't smelling, so our cinnamon smellers can go ahead and smell. And for those of us who are holding plants, Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Borei Asvei B'Samim. So that means, blessed are you who has created the sweet-smelling plants. Now let's go ahead and smell. And maybe we'll trade smells with each other.
So great.
Oh, the rosemary. Oh my gosh.
So good.
What? And I guess I'm going to ask you before we sing to pay attention. When we smell something really fragrant, I'm reacting very strongly to the rosemary. The rosemary is amazing. When we smell something really fragrant, what happens in our brains? What happens in our bodies? Where do we feel smell? Can you just pay attention to that? Where do we feel smell in our bodies? What do we think about? Where do we go? Where does smell move us? What? Yeah. Yeah. Ups. Oh, that is a really good tip. So if you're smelling cinnamon, please be careful, because it's possible you might start sneezing. So just be careful how much cinnamon you smell. This is very good wisdom to bring from the fourth world.
Yes. Classic first Havdalah rookie mistake of the big inhale and the cloud. If that's never happened to you, you're lucky. So as we think about this fourth world, the realm of the things that we can't quite see, but we know are there, the things we're learning about, the things coming in from outside and becoming a part of us, like smells do, I wanted to teach you this little song called The Future is Calling, as we think about what is the future calling for from each of us in our brief time on earth. It sounds like this. The future is calling for healing. Can we sing that? The future is calling for healing. Beautiful. And then the next line is, can you feel it? Can you feel it? And And that happens 2 times, but what's super cool is if some people do a little echo. So see if you can figure it out. You're very smart people, so I think you will. I'll sing one, maybe you sing with me, or maybe you echo me. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? That was perfect, but this time some people sing with me. Okay, you're trying to show me how smart you are. I get it. You were, thank you. Let's do it again. Can you feel it? Here we go. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? And then we sing again. The future is calling for healing. And then it ends a little bit different. And the people will sing along. Sing that together. And the people will sing along. And the singing will keep us strong. And the singing will keep us strong. That's the whole song. Let's go back to the beginning. Here we go. The future is calling for healing. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? The future is calling. The future is calling for and the people will sing along, and the singing will keep us strong, and the singing will keep us strong. And then it's like we get to make up the next one. What else is the future calling for? What do you think? The future is calling for justice, food, joy. I love all of these ideas. Let's sing The Future is Calling for Justice first. Here we go. The future is calling for justice. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? The future is calling for justice, and the people will sing along, and the singing will keep us strong. And the future is calling for food, yes. The future is calling for food. Can you feel it? Can you taste it? The future is calling for food, and the people will sing along, and the singing will keep us strong. And the future calls for joy. The future is calling for joy. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? The future is calling for joy, and the people will sing along, and the singing will keep us strong, and the people will sing along, and the people will sing along, and the singing will keep us strong.
So when I had a chance to be with that rosemary and take a whiff, I became present in a whole new way. And I got to learn something new about the thing in front of me that oftentimes I might walk by or I might not pay attention to. And so I'm wondering, this is a moment to possibly draw on the sheets in front of you, or you can reflect with someone at your table. But what helps you be present? How do you find yourself being able to be with your senses in a way that makes you even more present to the moment around you? take a moment to draw or reflect. You can write it down. You can think to yourself. Take a few moments to think about what presence is for you.
It's for you. And I'm just feeling like I feel everyone's welcome. Like they feel so.
So let's take another smell of maybe it's rosemary, maybe it's cinnamon, maybe it's the bay leaf. Maybe we want to find something on the table. Maybe it's the clementine. Maybe it's a clementine. What does an avocado smell like?
That's a great question.
Thank you.
It's subtle.
It's a subtle.
What'd you just pop in though?
I thought I saw someone smelling their hair. I'm like, oh yeah, shampoo smells nice. So world travelers, I have something to tell you, which is that we're going to stay here for a moment and savor this fourth world. Then we're going to say a blessing that says thank you. Many times we say a blessing before we do something and a blessing at the end of something to say, wow, we did that. There it was. We traveled through 4 worlds. So before we say that blessing, and then we're going to say Shehechianu, because we're celebrating our trees. We're paying attention to the world around us. We're paying attention to our bodies. So I want to invite us, before we say our blessings, to seal this night. I'm going to invite us to think, what's something we want to do? Not 6 months from now, but this week, tomorrow, maybe even tonight, to take care of the world around us. And maybe that's thinking about the outside world. Maybe that's thinking about the people who are in our family, the people who are close to us. Maybe that's thinking about this world. Our tradition teaches that each one of us is a whole world. Adam hu olam katan. Each of us is a small world. So maybe when we think about what we're committing to taking care of ourselves in a different way. But let's just think about that for a minute. And this is an invitation for people of all ages, every age, to say, what am I committing to doing to care for the world around me and for the world inside of me? And I'm going to invite you to write that as a final commitment on our. If you've been taking notes, to write that down. And if you haven't been taking notes, this is a good one to write down. Do you see on your tables song sheets that look like they have blessings on them, and they had all of the Sarina songs on them too. Do you see those? At the very bottom of the page, you should see a blessing that says, blessing after eating various fruits, which is exactly what we've just done. So first I'm going to read the English so we know what we're saying, and then I'm going to invite us to say this blessing together. So this blessing says, blessed are you who creates so many different living things, all needing each other. For all you created to give life through them to the soul of all life. Let's think about that. This is a blessing that says, thank you for making sure we all need each other. No one person, no one creation doesn't need someone or something else. We rely on each other. And so we're blessing on that, our commitment to one another, our interconnection. Are we ready to bless? I guess before we do, let's say thank you to the fourth world. Ready? Thank you, fourth world. And now let's bless. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei nefashot rabot v'chesronan, al kol ma shebarata, lachayot bahem, nefesh kol chai, baruch chei haolamim. And I'm going to invite Silas to come and lead us in Shehechianu, blessing this new moment.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehekivanu v'kivanu v'hegianu l'chan hazeh.
Yasher koach. So I want to say thank you to the 4th and 5th graders for helping us lead this Seder tonight. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much to Esther and to Rachel for making this happen. Thank you so much to your families, 4th and 5th graders, for making it possible for you to be here. Thank you so much to this community for gathering together in person and on Zoom. Thank you to Jordan and to Eric and to Sarina. Thank you to Gordon. Thank you to David Raskus and to Cindy. Thank you to Forrest. Thank you to, it's just, there are so many people who help make this and care for this space. And I'm so grateful to get to ground into this weird week of spring in January. And this commitment to a new year for our trees, a new year for this planet. May there be sweetness, may there be justice, may there be peace on this planet this year. So I think we should sing a song, and then we're going to say goodnight, okay?
Great. I'm gonna teach you one more song. It goes like this. It's real fresh, but I think it's the right one. I'm gonna find strength in the song. Sing that with me. I'm gonna find strength in the song. Sing that again. I'm gonna find strength in the song. Oh, this is why I thought you'd like this song, because it's another sneaky echo one. So I'll sing, let it carry me on, let it carry me on. And just like before, you could sing with me or not. Go back to the beginning, here we go. I'm gonna find strength in the song, let it carry me on, let it carry me on, let it carry me on. And then it goes like this. I'm gonna find strength in the song try that. I'm gonna find strength in the song. Every one of our voices is needed and belongs. Every one of our voices is needed and belongs. And then every one of our voices is needed in the song. Isn't it awesome? My two favorite words to sing, belong and song, rhyme. Thank you. Let's try the whole thing. I'll try to give you clues about what words are coming. I'm going to find strength in the song. I'm going to find strength in the song. Let it carry me on. Let it carry me on. Let it carry me on. I'm going to find strength. I'm going to find strength in the song. Every one of our voices is needed and belongs. Every one of our voices is needed in the song. What else are we going to find in the song? I'm going to find joy. I'm going to find joy in the song. Let it carry me on. Let it carry me on. Let it carry me on. I'm going to find joy in the song. Every one of our voices is needed and belongs. Every one of our voices is needed in the song. What else are we going to find in the song? Peace and hope. I love both of those things. Let's sing peace first. Here we go. I'm gonna find peace in the song. Let it carry me on. Let it carry me on. I'm gonna find peace in the song. Every one of our voices is needed and belongs. Every one of our voices is needed in the song. I'm gonna find, what was it? Hope. And then we're gonna sing harmony. Oh yeah. I'm gonna find hope in the song. Let it carry me on. Let it carry me on. I'm gonna find hope in the song. Every one of our voices is needed and belongs. Every one of our voices is needed in the song. I'm gonna find harmony. I'm gonna find harmony in the song. Let it carry me on. Let it carry me on. I'm gonna find harmony in the song. Every one of our voices is needed and belongs. Every one of our voices is needed in the song.
Chag Sameach, everyone. Thank you so much, Sarina. Thank you, Jordan. So here are the last two pieces of our Seder. Are you ready? We're going to come back to this world, but carrying these little pieces of learning that we were able to gather along the way, carrying this feeling of getting to be in community. And what I'm going to ask are two things. We have a group of 4th and 5th graders who have prepared a song, Eitz Chaim Hi, which is all about a tree of life. So they're going to come up here and sing. And while we do this, I'm going to invite, the only cleanup we need to do is to move any of our plates into the compost bins. If you want to take home any of the foods, I see there's beautiful nuts and things, feel free to take foods home with you, or just collect them at the center of the tables. But let's not start moving yet. In just a moment, we're going to clear our tables, and I'm inviting 4th and 5th graders up here, and Gordon is going to put on a song. because we can do magic things like this because we live in the future. But Chag Sameach to you. May there be sweetness in this birthday of the trees, and thank you so much for being here to mark this time together.
So if you're in the Hebrew group, Reuben, Isabella, that includes you. No, it's just the ones doing Hebrew. You're doing English.
Last me. It's Chaim.
Yep, everyone gather around the microphone.
It's Chaim. Let's go.
Just the Hebrew ones.
We are also turtles.
Come, everyone close to the mic. Put your face close to the mic.
Ah.
Yep.
Hello.
Yep. We're gonna
Testing,
say it first,
testing.
and then
1,
Gordon's
2,
gonna
3.
sing it, okay? Stop tapping the mic.
It's fun though. I love microphones. They make everything I do so much louder. It's like you more attention. Right? That's so fun. I love attention.
You just have to say. So our group here is going to say Eitz Chaim Hi. They've been practicing. And then there's a song that we'll play.
Is it just this part?
Yep, 3, 2, 1.
Sometimes the internet comes.
Eitz Chaim.
Chaim hi lahazhikim ba v'tomchecha mushar derecha darechai noam v'chol notevotecha shalom.
Very good.
So good. We're beautiful.
They're too good at Hebrew to just do the random blessings.